Hey everyone. A mother of one of our students wanted us to do more brain pop videos in our lessons. So we are going to do one on summer and what plants and animals do during the summer. Sounds kind of fun. Pay attention to the video because afterward we are going to be taking a quiz. So let's take a look at this video about summer.
School's out for summer. It's time for vacation. When is summer? Summer comes after spring and before fall. Our planet is tilted at an angle. It takes 1 year for Earth to orbit or go around the sun. Earth's tilt and orbit cause the seasons to change. In the summer, our part of the Earth is tilted toward the sun. The days are longer, and we get more hours of sunlight than in other seasons. Summer begins around June 21st or June 22nd and continues until late September. But where we live, most people consider June, July, and August as the summer months. Right, Moby. Summer is the hottest season in most places. What is summer weather like? Around the beginning of summer, the weather is pretty warm in most places. Then it gets hotter and hotter. As summer comes to an end and it gets closer to fall, the weather gets cooler. During the summer, some places don't get much rain. There might be less water in rivers and streams might even dry up. Sometimes an area can get less rain than is normal. A drought is a long period of time with little or no rain. A drought can cause problems for many living things. Plants get really dry, and sometimes wildfires can break out. In some places, summer weather can be hot and humid, and the air feels moist or damp. During the summer, some places get more thunderstorms. Summer is also a season for hurricanes, which are strong storms with very fast winds. What happens to plants and animals during the summer? During the spring, many plants sprout buds and flowers. Some flowers lose their petals or die in the summer heat. But many trees, bushes, and grasses stay green. Many animals give birth during the spring, and during the summer they eat and grow. Summer is a time for young animals to learn the skills they need to survive. Because the weather can get really warm, animals have different ways to cool down. Elephants have large, thin ears that they flap to cool themselves off. They also lie in mud and water to stay cool. Lemurs find shady spots to rest in and lick their hands to cool down. During the summer, I usually wear shorts and t-shirts to keep cool. When I'm outside, I like to wear a hat and sunscreen so I don't get sunburned. What do people do during the summer? Every summer, our family takes a vacation together. Many friends and families have barbecues or go on picnics and enjoy time with each other. People spend a lot of time outdoors, and it's a good time to learn a new sport. Great job, Moby! During the summer, we go swimming a lot. also spend time at the beach. In the summer, we read a ton of books and work on projects on our own. We also take classes to learn new things. Mia gets to go to summer camp. I can't wait till I can go in a few years. I'm so excited for summer vacation, Moby. Where do you think we'll go this year? The supermarket? All right.
So it looked like Moby wanted to go into the supermarket for his vacation this summer. Are you going on vacation with your family this summer? Or are you just going to chill at home? Are you excited to come back to Pathways when it opens, or are you aging out and graduating and excited for adult services? So we talked about, we listened to them talk about some different ways that plants and animals spend their summer. And I want you to think about how you spend your summer. Or do you have any plants and animals in your house that you need to care for? So we dropped off some plants with dirt and flowers in a pot that you were able to plant your own. And how are those doing? I'm curious to know if they are growing or if you have planted them at all. I have a tiny little plant in my home that I have to remember to water frequently. You can't overwater it and you can't let it dry out too much. It needs to stay hydrated, but not too hydrated. And then they talked about animals and how animals stay cool, like elephants with their big floppy ears will stay cool because their ears are thin and they can stretch them out. And dogs stay cool by panting. And it's always good for us because we are a type of mammal to remain hydrated and take care of ourselves too. So we're going to take a quiz right now on what we just learned, and it should be fun. You shouldn't have to
Start.
be stressed about this.
Start.
What might young hawks do in the summer? Will they go into a deep sleep?
Go into a deep sleep. Build their own nests. Learn how to fly and hunt.
Now remember, they're young, so they might not know how to do a couple of these things yet, and they're not bears, so they're not hibernating in the winter. So I chose learn how to fly and hunt. That's one thing that the animals do. Rather than, in addition to keeping cool, they learn how to do things. How does this animal stay cool in the hot weather? So it looks like it's a frog, and it's buried beneath some type of sand or dirt or something. Let's look at our choices.
It licks its hands and feet. It flaps its large, thin ears.
Remember, that was an elephant.
It buries itself in cool dirt.
Does it look like it's buried in something? And it looks kind of like it's covered up. Now, if you have ever put your hand into the ground and like in the dirt or played in the sand, you might discover that it is a little bit cooler there because the sun isn't reaching down into below the surface. So let's choose this one. It buries itself in the cool dirt, and we find we're correct.
It buries itself in cool dirt.
Which happened last? Did Mia put on a bathing suit?
Mia puts on a bathing suit. Mia walks to the pool. Mia puts on sunscreen. Mia goes swimming.
What happened last? So if you were going to go swimming, you would need to put on your bathing suit and then put on sunscreen. And you should remember to do that 30 to 45 minutes before you get into the water. So maybe you do that, and then maybe you walk to the pool.
Mia walks to the pool.
And finally,
Mia goes swimming.
You would go swimming. But you would need sunscreen on, you would need your bathing suit on, and you would need to walk to the pool before you did go swimming. So get dressed first, sunscreen, or walk to the pool, and finally we would go swimming. And Moby says, correct. We have a green light. We are ready. What piece of clothing would you most likely wear in the summer? And her friend said that she wore cool clothing. So it looks like here we have a tank top, we have earmuffs, slippers, and a scarf. What do you think would be the best thing to wear in the summer when it is hot? Because we do have some chillier days. But usually we wear earmuffs when it's freezing and we're going outside, and we put a scarf on when it is freezing and we're outside, and we put slippers on when it's cold outside and our toes might need a little extra warmth. But if we want to dress in light clothing, we might choose to put on a tank top. And Moby says we are correct. Okay, now the last question, what season comes right before fall? So something is before it happens and then fall happens. So this season would happen and then fall would be next. So if we think about winter is in January and then spring comes, and that's in March and April, and we just had summer. We're in summer and we're in June, and summer will last until about September. And then September and October and November, what is going on? Is it spring? It's not. It would be fall. But before fall, what season are we in? Because fall comes next. So that means we are in the season before fall. What season are we in? We are in summer. And you can also
Summer,
think winter, spring, summer, fall. Which one is the best of all?
summer,
She says summer. So we got 5 out of 5.
belly up,
Nice job. So we've watched our movie, we've taken our quiz,
make a map,
and you can definitely log on to Brain Pop Junior. It is free right now. You can log in. But I think that this was awesome to talk about the different ways. So we can add this movie to our map, and it'll be our summer movie. So there's a winter movie, a fall movie, and a spring movie. But we've done our quiz, and there's a lot of different options that you can do here on Brain Pop Junior. Let's look at a couple other ones.
wordplay,
There's wordplay, there's
draw about it, write about,
and then there's an activity. So you could make a postcard to send a friend this summer. So we are going to take a look at that in just a minute. Some of you that are graduating might be getting some packages in the mail. Also, when you have received your packets for the summer, and for distant learning, your flex learning, this is how you address an envelope. You put who it's going to in the middle, in the center of the envelope. And then if you are worried that it might not come back, or that maybe the address isn't right, or you want to make sure that if it gets lost in the mail, it gets returned to you, you put your return address up here. So this is who it's from. It goes in the upper left corner. Who it's to goes here, and all you need is a name, an address that includes the building number, what street it's on, the city, the state, and the zip code. And then you would put a stamp up here, and the stamp has to have enough money on it to make sure that your package is being sent. Most of the time, if it's a standard envelope and you don't have something heavy in it, one stamp does the trick. So fill out your name and address up here so they know who it's from. And if it gets lost, it can return to you. Then you would cut out this postcard, write or draw something on the other side, so it would be blank. Place a stamp on the corner, place it in the mailbox, and your friend's address would go here. So that is a fun activity that you would be able to do this summer as well. Maybe talk about, do you have plants and animals at home? How is your friend staying cool? A lot of times we don't really use these postage stamps anymore because we can use email. And in that situation, you would only need to bring up your email box and put in their email address rather than their home address. But this is kind of the old-fashioned way people used to say hello to each other. So that is another great opportunity, something to do an activity.
Belly up.
And then if we look at this belly up, it is a little comic strip. So the fish says, "What do we need for the summer, Joey?" And the other one says, "A beach towel." And he says, "No, we're underwater." This fish says, "A grill." And he answers, "Nope, it won't work in the tank." Joey says, "A snorkel." And the fish says, "Why? We can breathe underwater." And Joey says, "A bathing suit." And the fish says, Joey. So, chuckle, chuckle. They don't need a beach towel because they're underwater. They can't use a grill. They don't need a snorkel, and they don't need bathing suits because they have scales. So, little backstory on these guys. Frank and Joey are goldfish who live in a fish tank in Annie and Moby's classroom. Frank swims up to Joey and talks about what they need. So what are some things that you need for summer? You might need a beach towel if you're going to go swimming. You might need a snorkel if you are really good at swimming and you want to be underwater and breathe above. And if you like grilling, you might need a grill in the area that you're living. And you may also need a bathing suit if you like to go swimming. You also need water safety skills, like a belt if you're going swimming, and sunscreen, and a person that supports you who can supervise you while you are in the water, unless you're a super strong swimmer. And in that case, the person that supports you would be aware of that and just keep an eye on you occasionally. But never get into water if you don't have anyone around you, and always wear a life jacket or something that can keep you afloat, especially if you're unfamiliar with the water and don't know how to swim that well. Okay, so we covered a lot today over summer. We talked about what fish or what plants and animals do, how animals stay cool. We talked about a postcard,
Belly up.
how you can say hello to someone in the summer if you don't use an email address, how to address an envelope. And then we had a fun little comic book about Annie and Moby's pet fish and the things that they need for summer. So I hope you enjoyed this lengthy lesson. It's a little bit longer than most of them, but I will see you all next time.